How will it play out today? Bonsignor in the 51 on the outside. Dowling on the inside, and we're back to green.
Good start with the 51, but the 77 hooked up with the 15, got on his bumper, and really helped his cause there when the draft. So if this 15, 15 had an opportunity to slide up there, and he chose not to.
10 to go. Here comes Bobby Santos in the 44. Boy, he can be a player here late. Always good at Loudon, especially on the bottom.
And especially at the last 10, 15 laps of the race, you always see that 44 car up front.
And Santos is a guy that will race all kinds of stuff, sprint cars, midgets, and usually on pavement.
Yeah, I call Bobby Santos, unfortunately, a talent that could never get to the big time. He could drive those cup cars. If he got in those cup cars, he'd be just as good as anybody, just really never had the opportunity.
He's doing a pretty good job in the modified today, sitting in fourth with Newman behind him. What will he do?
Well, I think Newman's smart enough to realize right now he needs to push that 44 to the lead group in order to have a chance to win. So if he does that, gets those...
A little rev in there with Swans. Oh, 3 cars together here.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bottleneck going into one, and a couple guys run into each other.
Got the 92 involved in there. That's Anthony Nocella. Then Hagee there in the 18, and Tommy Catalano in the 54.
Yeah, it's a shame. It looks like the Ken Hagee's car, the 18, has a little bit of damage in the right front. So ruined a really good day for him. He's gained a lot of experience here. He doesn't get a chance to race this type of race much, and coming back from the bull rings of Riverhead Raceway every Saturday night. So it's a shame to end the day the way he did.
Let's see what happened here. Looks like Nocella first around.
Yeah, again, it's probably a product of somebody trying to go to the bottom and make a pass and getting caught up in the top car and slowing everybody's momentum down, and everybody had to get on the brakes and caused the wreck. So here we go, Ralph. Bunch the field back up, 6 laps to go.
Bonsignor, Dowling, Goodale, Santos, and Newman on the top 5, but with everybody else packed in there, there's a lot of good cars to get a good jump on the restart.
6 laps might not seem very long, but what these guys got to get ready to do here, it's gonna seem like an eternity.
Well, the chess match just turned to a knife fight.
And I don't think now, if the 51 has a chance to move to the top, I don't think he would not take it. But he didn't get a good start. He had a 44, got a really good draft up on the 51 to push him to get the lead. If the 15 don't dive bomb the 51 now, it's going to be kind of hard to get back up.
Dowling on the bottom. Looking for the drive off the corner. But Bonsignor's going to clear him, and Santos comes with him. He goes to the bottom. New leader here at Loudon. It's Bobby Santos. Great battle, Derek.
Remember, guys, there's less than 10 laps to go in this race, and Bobby Santos has now come up to the front of the field. If you remember in last year's event, he won this race with a last lap pass.
He's got the lead now with just a few laps to go. Dowling back to second. Bonsignor in third. Newman in fourth.
Yeah, and I really think the 15's in the catbird seat right now, but, you know, if he waits to the end...
Oh! Solomito up brushing the wall. We stay green.
15 waits to the end. I think he has a shot, but the cars behind him are going to try to break that up. Obviously, Ryan Newman's trying to do everything he possibly can. He knows he's in fourth. He knows if you don't make any progress right now to get to the last 1 or 2 laps left in the race, he's not going to be able to have a chance to win. Dowling
taking a look inside of Santos. Down into 3. Good speed through the middle of the corner. We got another new leader.
There you go. Now Bobby Santos is the one that's in the catbird seat. But he moved down a little bit low, and you see those guys, they sucked it behind him. The 44 is always so good at the bottom at the end of these races. I don't know what he does, but he always gets to the bottom and makes progress.
He did what Newman could not make happen. Now Bonsignor to second. 3 wide going into 3. Newman trying to make a run on the bottom. Santos gets pushed back to third. Bonsignor knocked up off the groove.
And again, we're at the end of these races, and Ryan Newman's going to do what he needed to do. And got the 51 up into the third groove and got him into marbles and cost him heavy, a lot of positions right there.
Boy, Santos seems to have something for every attack. He's able to bounce back again, reclaim the lead one more time. Here's Newman making an advance. He'll take over the top spot, coming to the white flag.
This is going to be great. Now Newman with all the experience, Bobby Santos with the experience running with the modified, gets a great push with the 15 car to get the lead. If he didn't get that push with the 15 car, that wouldn't have happened.
Bonsignore's in fourth. It's Santos, Dowling, Newman, Bonsignore, Goodale trying to make a run. Panic is in the mix. Here we go into three. Santos still out in front. Dowling cuts down to the bottom. He's making a run. Will he get him? At the line, Santos squeezes him down, and Bobby Santos wins at Loudon.
Wow. 44 did a really good job of getting him in front of the 15 and just to stop his momentum off of turn 4 a little bit. 15 did a really good job cutting back down to try to go for the win. Very, very, very close race.
Chase Dowling in that 15 might not have claimed the victory, but he won a lot of admirers here today. Bobby Santos, though, continues to show his mastery of this venue.
Yeah, obviously, the 44 and the 77 earlier, they were fighting for the lead there. They got a lot of respect because they raced against each other in USAC. 15 here does a really good job, really clean. Normally you'd see a lot of banging in the wheels and cars wrecking there, but they respected each other, and Bobby Santos obviously always a clean racer and brought it home in victory lane.
And not by much. Look at this.
Now that's close.
And look at Newman just beating Bonsignore for third. What a race. The Magic Mile lived up to its name once again. We'll be back to hear from the winner right after this. Tremendous racing here today in the Easter Propane and Oil 100. The NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour living up to the billing, putting on a tremendous show at Loudon. And Bobby Santos is in victory lane here today and ready to come on out of the car. Here he is, Derek.
Bobby Santos does it again. Last year it was a last lap pass, and this year he's going to bring one of the crew members up on the roof, just like he did last year. It's a huge celebration down here in Victory Lane. They blew the engine up in practice yesterday. They had to put a one-year-old engine in it, the old engine from last year, and Bobby Santos comes out the victor this afternoon. Let's move in here and talk to him. And he's down here celebrating with Sully Tinio. And let's get in here and talk to Bobby. Bobby, last year you waited till the last lap to get the win. This year you pulled it off just a few laps before the end. How did you do it?
Wow, what a weekend. I mean, our guys worked our butts off. We changed the motor. Billy the Kid, for the power, obviously. My dad and Danny Gamache, they worked their butts off in this car. I mean, they do such a good job. Sully Tinio, his two boys, Lonnie and Damon. That pit stop, I mean, I was trying to stay calm, but we were a little farther behind than I wanted to be. And the boys gave me an awesome pit stop. My dad and Danny gave me the adjustment I needed, and this is pretty cool. Gotta thank LFR Chassis. I mean, everyone that helps us do this. All these guys right here work really hard.
It's a happy driver and crew down here in Victory Lane. That's why they call it the Magic Mile here at New Hampshire.
And to do it with a one-year-old engine, too.
Bobby Santos obviously has a lot of experience being in this position. Knew exactly what to do on the last lap off turns 3 and 4 there. Great finish.
And one of the closest in history here at Loudon. There's a look at the results. Bonsignore credited with 4th. Pennant, I mean, tip of the hat to that crew. That car got destroyed in the All-Star race. They come back with a nice 6th-place run today.
Yeah, worked all night. Those guys, obviously, they're one of the best in the business with the modifieds, and gave them a good car.
And how about Doug Kobe, 26? The frustrations continue for him in 2018. Let's hear from the man who finished in 2nd.
Well, Chase Dowling in the number 15 comes home in the runner-up spot today. He was fast all day long, and in one of those situations, it's do or die on the last lap, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun racing at Loudon, New Hampshire, or Speedway that they put on for us for the NASCAR Whelen Mudfight Tour. But the rest of Bobby Santos, they ran a great race, and Bobby had a really good car. Just came up a little short there at the finish line, but can't do it without 1540 Connection, SNS Asphalt Paving, LFR, Rob Fuller, this whole crew. We just bring this car out after this winter and showed a lot of speed, so can't thank everyone else that brings me here.
Looking back to those last couple of laps, is there anything that you would wish you did differently?
I mean, it's just so hard. We had 4 cars there at the front going for a 3. I think we were 3 wide going on the backstretch at one point, and you just gotta try to stay to the top to have the outside with the drafts going, and the bottom you might not have the draft. So it's kind of a role to play. And Justin, we came off at 4 there. 3 wide one time too, so it's kind of chaotic. Just got to be in the right lane.
It's a good points day for the number 15 of Chase Dowling. He comes home in second, and he still sits second in points.
Yeah, let's take a look at the standings. He gained a couple on Bonsignore, finished behind him here today. And it's a long season. We're just at the halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, the 51 and the 15 have really been the 2 strongest cars all year, and that's why they're obviously first and second. It looks like it's a 2-horse race here going to the end here. I know it's only halfway through, but those guys are tough.
All right, Derek.
Well, Ryan Newman, Chase Dowling, and Bobby Santos put on quite a show in those last couple of laps. And did you think that it was going to go one way or the other? Because here at the Magic Mile, anything can happen.
Yeah, it was a great race. I mean, it was fun to be a part of it. Obviously not happy to come out on the third place end of it, but Bobby did a good job. He usually comes to the front here at the end of these races, and he did. But we just, we're kind of in a wrong place from time. Got up front with coming to the white. I had no radio communication the last 25 laps, so I was kind of spotting for myself, driving for myself, and trying to keep it out of the fence. So proud of everybody with Gary Putnam, Bono, all the guys that come up here for the fun of it, and we had fun today.
When you lose your radio communication like that, how much are you driving with the mirrors?
That's all I had was the mirrors. I was trying to keep an eye on who was behind me, and then obviously look up the front too to figure out my runs. And it was a great race, no doubt. I'm glad we finally got sorted out and was able to go green there for a while. But it was a lot of fun to just race up there with those guys. Hard racing, man, and guys using their Nerf bars and stuff, and rightfully so. So we'll try again sometime.
Oh, it was fun to watch these guys race this afternoon. Ryan Newman put on a show.